It gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. C.J. Jayachandra. Besides being a life, business, and a leadership coach, his contributions to NLP and hypnotherapy has been phenomenal. He is also the co-founder of the Basic Center for Human Excellence. He is with the JCI since 2003. His slogan is empowering and enriching lives. He has written a book which is called Don't Ask Me Please, Life-Changing Answers from a Life Coach. He has received many awards and is also a past life regressionist. Welcome, Dr. Jayachandra. I now hand over the mic to you to carry on with your talk. We're eagerly looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Malti. It's
Welcome.
over to you now, Dr. Jayachandra.
Thank you, Sajini and Malati and Janaki ji. Thank you so much, and everyone over here. So given a chance, I would have got into a deep sleep. I was in meditative state, listening to all the prayers. So wonderful. Yeah. So I would like to share my screen. So in this moment, as the screen is getting shared, what I would like you to do is, how are you at this moment? Can you bring your awareness at this moment to you? In the sense, are you stressed, or are you okay, or are you feeling happy, or are you having something else at your background? So how? So you can ask yourself, you can type in the chat box.
Waiting to listen to you.
Okay. I would have anxious. The has to learn something new. Audio is coming very low.
It's breaking a bit also, Doctor. Slight breaking, yeah.
Slight
Not
breaking
very clear.
as well, or I'm checking
No,
my.
it's
Now
okay.
clearer. Now it's clear. Now it's clear.
It's okay.
Okay. Network in India. Okay. If you have your things, other I would like you to bring that awareness with you now in time. Because to start with this topic, mind dynamics for cellular changes, because most of the times we are in our thoughts. So someone speaks behind that. So that will help us are like our thermometer. Even the we use biofeedback mechanism, our feelings. Right. Who I am. It's not who am I, it's who I am. Because who am I is Ramana's the kind of meditative search. The first thing is who I am. So I would like each one to make a note or put it in the chat box who I am. And the second question, yeah, what do you want? What I am. The second question is what I want. The third question is why I want what I want. Very interesting. So these are the three questions. Now I'm going to stop my sharing so that we will have each one of you in our frame. Who, it's not who am I, it's who I am. Who am I is Ramna's question. So we'll start with this, who I am, what I want, why I want what I want. You can unmute yourself and you can share. Okay. I'm soul, not this body. Okay. Uncertainty because of pandemic, right? Is still a search or a quest. Janaki Raman. Yeah. What else? So usually we are in a search. Who I am is who I am is what I want to know. Yeah, that's a search. Yes, Geeta Shenoy. We are in search. That's the reason we are doing many things. Even this webinar is to understand what I want. Okay, I want self-realization. I want enlightenment. I want a big car. I want materialistic comfort. I'm not sure, not the body, mind or intellect. Okay. Why I want what I want? Is it a never-ending improvement? Okay. Why I want what I want? What's happening with my video? Yeah. I want peace in mind. Very pragmatic. I want peace in my mind. Very pragmatic. Okay. Nice things coming out. Peace and happiness. Yeah. Slowly come out. Peace and happiness. So are in search for some self-realization. By the end, we call it as blissfulness. But in the materialistic level, we call that as happiness, isn't it? Let's calculate, or you have something, you go out and play, or you do an study. Everything is for a kind of happiness that we derive from that. Okay, kindness and love. Well, there. So Malati Janaki Raman, she says kindness. Human being want to evolve myself to reach supreme power God as to achieve moksha. Oh my God. So Vaishali said, oh. That's so interesting. Right? These three questions: who I am, what I want, and why I want what I want. It's very, very interesting because some answers are so hypothetical, it's so abstract. Some are so tangible, means so concrete. Some are so abstract, some are so tangible. But in between, the whole play goes on. Either we are here or we are there. And we are completely in our play. And what happens in the process? We have to take care of our own self, our fear, and then our social group or our satsang groups, whatever it may be. But in all these things, the center point is myself. The central point, the kingpin is me. So my happiness is based on my own internal emotion. To start with, I want to share this. My happiness is based on my internal emotion. Even love is an emotion. If I'm internally disturbed, then even God cannot do anything, because we are in search of God at one level. And there are many teachings outside. Every other path means the religious path, which is based on a religious master who had gone and they had the form of prayer. So this is what we are doing. Until we go inside ourselves, into our own emotions, become completely aware of what is happening inside me, I think no progress will happen. And every other master had gone through. If you take Krishna, if you take Buddha, if you take Jesus Christ, anyone for that matter, because this current age, whatever the name you can call it, this current age, you can call Aquarian, or you can call Kali Yuga, or whatever it is, this current age, or you can call information age, this current age, it's all play of mind and play of emotions. And it requires a complete different understanding. That's the reason you find masters like Jiddu Krishnamurti, Ramana Maharishi, Osho had been there. Because it requires that kind of transformation. Because every other age has a kind of vibrations, a kind of energy. The way we all know that we are spiritual beings. Who said we are human beings? Okay. After said, are we going to get along with our day-to-day life, bringing back the tangible thing? Because every day we have to face our own emotions, right? Can we quit ourselves and say, okay, no, that's fine. Now I'll go and sit with God and I will always pray. Is there anyone? Look into life. And compassion, but are you kind for yourself? Are you kind to your own family? Okay, it's very, very interesting. So, as I said, spiritual beings, we know that this model you would have heard or you would have gone through it: body, mind, and soul. It's so hypothetical. One thing, two things we know: body and mind. Soul, we are in search. but we are in contact with that. We do various other things. By the way, there is no need for us to do anything. So people say, so what experience, say that it has to happen. It happens. And when you are in, and that heals you. Meditation that we have in mind and we want to do something better. Depression. It's my. Okay. So if life, let's say, pass away here and here, you have lost someone, what will be the feeling? How long it will take us to accept? And where will we? What kind of emotions that we go through? In time we are self. And when we are happy, when we are so happy, even when we are in time, very sad. By the way, we experience where we experience this in our body. So there is the action. Why we
Sir, there seems to be a statics from your end. Yeah.
now it is, now it is,
But I think you'll have to change the network because the voice is constantly breaking.
is
No, it is not.
okay. Now
It's better, sir. Can you speak up?
Yeah, it's better now.
Yes, it's
Okay.
better now.
All right.
It's
So let's-
much better. Maybe you have.
Hmm.
Are there two laptops on? Because sometimes the static comes because there are no two instruments. Okay.
No. I don't have two laptops on. What I will do is I can also log in through my. Okay. If my voice
Okay
is
now.
clear now, we can go ahead. Right.
Yes, it's clear.
Right.
Go ahead.
So I was sharing about this body plus action equal to results. Achieve our results, we are so satisfied. We feel so happy. Even in meditation, I ask people, how do you feel after meditation? They say that I am very happy because I relaxed. Actually, they would have slept. They had gone through a lot of things in their mind, lot of emotions. And at that point in time, the moment people close their eyes, they go to a deep sleep. It is not a meditative state. Meditative state is a state of awareness state. It's not a sleep state. Saying this to people. Let's say there's a goal. A student who wants to successfully score 85%, and if the student scores it, the student is happy. One more variable comes in. The student is happy because the student's parents are happy. Now, variable here, the happiness dependent on other person's happiness. Now, this is a kind of mess that we create. If we talk about bonding, attachment, and things, even this is an attachment. Who creates this attachment for this result? Karma Yoga talks about, do your duty, leave the rest to God. And we keep on blaming. And some we do that. And first thing is we need to stop that, right? What are we going to do to stop it? Where is kindness and compassion there? So coming back to soul, mind, and body, because I'm talking about tangible thing in this webinar, we will take one thing and we will address. Body plus action equal to result. If you don't do any, it means it's an inaction. But the mind is always speculating. Are you aware about that? That is what almost all the masters are talking about. All the people are talking about. If you can silence your mind, then nothing is there. That's what people say, enlightened state. As far as what I can deduce out. Question is, we need something or the other, my dear friends. We desperately, we want something or the other. Right? It's okay if you don't agree as well. Desperately, we need some. Yeah, I'm trying to share. Can you see my screen?
No.
Okay. Sharing once again. So contemplate on what I had been talking. Contemplate on what I had been talking. Whether my mind is silent, and there is no
Now
need for
we
you to
can
do.
see the
And you not go. You cannot find any kind of bliss state, because the happiness is where I am satisfied. To sadness. Why I am sad? Because you think introspective things. And if you say I don't know, you're sit over there to a very deep analysis. It won't lead anywhere. You are creating more problems for you. Happens there. Okay. Unfulfilled expectations. The reason for challenges that we are facing, that each person is facing, because unfulfilled expectations that we have. And at any time you can ask, if you are in a stressful state, what is that I want that had not been fulfilled? Simple question. Simple question. And I'm going to share with you some of the scientific things about this stress. If you can go this, our stress, it directly affects our hormone, and most importantly, our of neuropeptides. You can see adrenaline, choline, cortisol. Okay, and in this area you can see this neuropeptide. Very, very important. What happens here? Inflammation, tissue regeneration, circulation, secretion, energy metabolism, and mood. Okay. Now, unfulfilled expectation leads to stress. Anything that is not fulfilled leads to stress. Okay. For a moment, look into your life, how it is. Years of stress. What is stressful at this moment for you? If you want, you can put it down, or if you don't want, you can write it down and ask, what is that not, what is happening in my mind and body? I call this awareness. There is no need a big mindfulness technique here. A simple awareness. All meditation first is toward this kind of awareness. I am aware about my Annamaya Kosha. I have to be aware about my Pranamaya Kosha. I have to be aware about my Manomaya Kosha. I have to be aware about my Vijnanamaya Kosha. Not aware, then I need to be aware about that one also. Simply by pretending to be happy, and simply by pretending to I have let go on this, simply by pretending, okay, I had forgiven, it doesn't happen. Never that. What has to happen within us? Are you ready to do that work? Is the question. Unfulfilled expectation, stress, and then it affects our body environment. It's called disease. Continuous stress leads to disease. It comes from where? Unfulfilled expectation. In spiritual life, they call it as desire. Now the whole is in almost our life, till our end of our life, we keep on struggling. Let's say you are in your home and you don't get a coffee. What you do at that moment? You say, let go. I know people, one of my friends says, okay, yeah, I have not got coffee today. That's fine. I have forgotten. It's not that easy. That person have not forgotten. There's an unfulfilled expectation. 2-3 days, if that person is not getting that coffee, then all the suppressed emotion will be expressed. It will be like a volcano. Or else, if it has not been expressed to that person will express to other person. Like say, if boss is crude, and then the whole anger and emotion will be expressed on dog, or on the kitten, or at home with children, or with family members. Also cool we are. And then we go to a psychiatrist if it is a psychotic disorder, or we go to a counselor, and we keep on playing these games. We are very good in doing this. And instead of that, we are all beautiful meditators. We have such a a long practice. We can put many designations practice, master meditators. But simple thing is, I would invite you to ask, what is my unfulfilled expectation by the end of the day? Before ask, what is that unfulfilled expectation? Ask. Very, very important. And you take Ramayana or you take Mahabharata, it talks about desires only. Are we understanding that? It talks about basic desires. Why you deny the desire that we have? The more you deny, it's a kind of pretension. It doesn't go outside. It goes inside your system. It's called stress. Oh, is not happening. I'm not getting sleep. You not outside. No God, no master, no one can do that. At least they can become aware. There's a problem inside you. Can you look that clearly without of color? Can you look through that? The moment you start looking, you don't need any master outside. Getting the other verses or other text or other paths. Till that time, till that point in time, we are very much oriented towards our own desires, and whatever at that point in time my expectation, I will take. Other person, no, I will. You know what? I'm so screwed inside. I don't want to accept it. I become divine. The moment I accept it, I will say, the moment I accept my own faults, then I became divine. Lots and lots of courage. That can be considered as a greater strength. Instead of sorry, I can show it by action. Fulfilled expectation. From where this comes? This comes from desire. I want that. My wants to be like that. My daughter wants to be like that. My going to take care of my business. Look into your own life. If you can use all your meditation for this, then at least a little, I'm using the word at least, a little bit that I will become tomorrow. Also ask what ending and my actions. So Karma Yoga says, go there and do seva. You go there and do seva outside, but coming to home, if you don't do seva, then what is the use? If I don't clean, what is the use? If I don't make it, what is the use? People, if I don't do the seva, unconditional love, how will I learn? My point is to bring you back to all those things. That's it. From today, look at your own life. Each one of you. Look around. What is that I'm doing? Action louder than words. We know for sure. Everyone is God. Even your wife, your son, your daughter, everyone is God. Then what's the problem? The problem is within me. Reflecting in your mind. Because all your stress has been created by you. All my stress has been created by me. No one is responsible. Responsibility. And then this stress affects, and you can see all these kind of big names. These are all scientific names. These are all names. You can call it as physiological study. What happens inside in this cell? This goes that way, that goes this way. The simple thing is, what is my unfulfilled expectation? My expectation. And it's everything. What I want at this moment in time. You can, if you want or if you don't want. Okay, what are neuropeptides? Neuropeptides are small protein-like molecules used by neurons to communicate with each other. Neural signaling molecules. Okay, so what happens? Responsible for brain functions, analgesia, food intake, learning and memory, metabolism, reproduction, social behaviors. So this one word called neuropeptide, this one word called neuropeptide, almost everything are basic sustenance of life as well as our social behaviors. This is what I want to bring to your understanding at this moment in time. And if it is going to get blocked in a study, as the receptors are getting blocked, it is actually the neuropeptides. And in neuropeptides, if you go still deeper, it's called neurotransmitters. And what happens when there's continuous stress, this get blocked. And simple thing is, if your mood is out, if you are not getting what you want, you don't take food. I have done that. When I was a child, when I asked something and my mom or dad is not ready to buy it, then I will put a strike. I will say, no, I'm not going to eat. That's a weapon. Then I thought, while I was reading M.K. Gandhiji's book and the way, he fasted, then I thought, okay, I can call it as fasting now. But then my never allowed me. Then I said, okay, no, I cannot do that. I realized that, let me be very honest. Their value, honesty, integrity. I'm hungry means hungry. Otherwise, I'm hungry and I'm fasting, then it is pretending. It's useful. Have you seen someone say this way? Have you seen saying this way? You know what? I'm fasting today because there is some kind of day today. And these guys say like that, you can rest assured that they will get triggered. They are making that fasting as a big phenomenon for them. They want board. It's a gentle way of living. So spiritual life is practical living. That's what, because I'm spirit. If something is not happening in the here and now, let me accept. I'm spirit. Einstein says, most of you know this. Einstein says this word: if there is a problem, you cannot solve in the same level. That is what we do. We keep on, grinding in mind. What will happen? Nothing will happen. We go to the soul level, at least. If there is a soul, I'm putting a mark. I cannot say. There are stories of masters, and they have also gone through our own issues. By the way, spiritual seeking or having an enlightenment is not a 9 to 5 p.m. job. It is 24/7 awareness. It's 24/7 awareness. It's not something a kind of hobby work. No. I have to be very, very strong in saying. Take, for example, Ramana Maharishi. He left his place for Chinmayananda. He came to Ramana Ashram and then he went from there. What are we doing? I'm not asking, provoking you to go, but I'm also saying there is something. Can I use detachment wherever I am in? If you are using detachment, don't say to other person, I'm practicing detachment, don't come and disturb me, and become so angry on that person. Then you are stressed. Don't say to other, I'm fasting. At this fasting, you people are having all these many, awesome dishes, and you are coming and troubling me. Oh my God! Instead of that, go and have your food and enjoy. Be blissful. Show your kindness to other person. God will show mercy on you. His or her grace is always there with us. God is not a person, or Goddess is not a person who is going to come and punish you. They are not having kind of stick and saying that, okay, this is what you have done. No, nothing like that. Now, simple view. I'll give you the simple word which I use in my Hypno Mind Power program. The simple understanding of Chitragupt. Can someone share? Not the HMP practitioner. There are few HMP practitioners here. Others. What is Chitragupt? You can hope you know who is Chitragupt. Oh, silence. I think everyone is in a very deep meditative state, not here and now. Divine. Okay. Where is he sitting? Umesh? Is he sitting here, or is he sitting in some clouds? He is secretary of Yama. Yeah. Personal secretary. Yeah, he is with Yama. Yeah. The god of death. Yeah. Coming in a buffalo with all that kind, saying, is it with all sound? My dear friend, Chitta is mind. Chitta is mind. Understand this way. Chitta is mind. Gupta is accountant. Our mind keeps the debt and credit, not otherwise. Understand this way. So your actions, your thoughts, your unfulfilled expectation, it goes into your mind. When it comes in, your internal body collapses. That leads to death. That's called personal accountant for death. That's the simplest way of understanding. I understood so reasonably well for me. It works for me. And if you bring a kind of Chitragupt with all the all Krita and that, then it's bullshit nonsense. I'm sorry to say. Now for you, there is a driving point. The driving point is Chitta, unfulfilled expectations. The debt and the credit. If it is going to get accounted here, if the debit is more than insolvent, then we will go. Until deathbed, if you don't realize what is my question for you. People know that I'm asking this kind of questions because it will stay with you. It has to stay with you. These are all viruses. Okay. You detach from anything on this, not from your own desire, deepest desire. Remember this. Can I bring it out? That's where the whole deal is. So we lose ourselves, as I said. The more stress, unfulfilled expectation, we are beating around the bush in the stress, and we don't go back to understand what is my unfulfilled expectation. What is my basic thing? Now what? What I need to do? What is my basic thing? I'm here for living, right? I'm an animal. Do you agree with this? We are all animals? Or do you have something else? Do you have something else idea? We are all animals. I think Homo sapien is a part of mammalia. And that's the reason 84,000 species or so, our soul gets transcended or whatever it is. But basic is, I'm inside me, I'm talking. UG Krishna talks about it. You cannot differentiate between your mind and body. Wow. What a kind of message. The simplest thing is take one message and meditate on that for a year. It's more than enough. Take one message and meditate for a year. That's more than enough, because it is not about messages. It is about what is happening inside me. It's not all about messages. It's what's happening inside me. My dear friends, it's very, very important for life. Do you want to wait till you become so miserable lying on the bed of death? And then once again calculating, ye sab kiya. Karma is nothing but action. Don't make it philosophical. In the basic element, it is action. Even thought generation is a karma. If you don't generate any thought, no karma. No karma. No samadhi state. Patanjali says, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. The final says samadhi. Now I will leave it to you. You can also pretend that samadhi state. You can pretend that. Okay, let's give some brains. This is from MBIT embraining model. There are 3 brains: the head, the gut, and heart. By the way, the head, whatever the Shaivite meditation that we do, Shaivite means mostly focused on meditation. That's the head part. That works in the mind level, is what my understanding. The heart part is all the Vaishnavite meditations. The Bhakti Marga is all about heart. Now, gut is, we need to do our work. So, the says, how do you work? How do you go ahead? How do you function on this earth? And this is a trinity. If everything is aligned, peace. If something is not aligned, then we are not at peace. So now the second model, unfulfilled expectation. In your, what is that? Whether it's a psychological level or in the physical level or in the relationship level, ask that. You remember the example I gave? The student says, I am happy because I scored 8%. The second thing statement is, I'm happy because my father and mother is happy of my scoring. Now that is a problem. His happiness is based on whom? The mother's happiness is based on husband. The happiness is based on child. So I share Hypno Mind Power meditation. There is a group and there are people who practice it. And even then they come and say, something have, they don't say that openly. They say that, you know what, my child, I feel so not good. Oh, okay. And then what? No, I don't know how to manage. Okay. It means there is an expectation there. I keep on observing. Are you coming down to that unfulfilled expectation? They don't come. Actually, they don't. They are very good pretensionist. Okay. Now, coming on to the basic level here, head, heart, and gut, whether it is aligned. Ask if there is any problem, stressful issue, ask. After this unfulfilled expectation, this desire, ask, what is my thoughts going on? What is my heart is saying, emotions, and how is my gut? Then now 5 And you know most of the ways, I tell you. You know that because we all know that. That's the reason masters keep on saying we know. There's no need of anything for you to know. Breathing. Focus on your breathing. Every day, at least Nadi Suddhi Pranayama. Every day, 5 minutes. At least, and condition it. And it is very good for our second awareness of action. We had spoken. Be aware actions. If something is not good, express. Are you courageous enough to accept in your family, with the people around? That is where it starts. Don't keep on beat around the bush. And then your Chitragupta is making a note. You don't worry. A day will come where heart will get stopped. Then, people will start fighting for that. Oh God, something happened to my heart. That's in the Annamaya Kosha, physical level. Awareness is, I'm aware what is happening inside. I'm beyond that. That's a complete state of awareness. And then vested interest. What is my vested interest? We're all selfish beings. Remember this. If you want to see my master is a kind of selfish. I have to come down to School of Ancient Wisdom only. Ah, how good over there. Yeah, I enjoy being there. But I am. That I am. I want only that dish. Yes, if you want, say, ask. There, the moment you express your vested interest, then it is not a vested interest. It. And you get, you are okay. If you don't get, that's fine. But the fourth thing is, what is important for you? Your life is important, or your vested interest, or your fulfilled expectation? What is important for you? Most of the time, people struggle with this. They have a blood pressure. I had a case. He comes and he says, I have a blood pressure. Then what you are doing? You know, I'm 55 years old and now I'm working on in this organization. What's your job? My job, I have to take care of these many teams. So what is important for you? Both. God asked us to work somewhere. This is what my learning from understanding Master's life also. All this life. We go and surrender at the feet of Ramana, but we don't understand. We don't follow the simple thing. Hence, it's so simple. Osho, early morning, his friend comes out and sees, and he is burning something. And then his friend looks into what is he burning, and all his certificates he is burning. What are you doing? I'm asking you to go and burn your certificates. So what is important for me when I am feeling that stress? What is important? I think your life is more important than anything else. Blood pressure is important or money is important? Means life is important or money is important? The moment he said money is important, I said, okay, then go and have medication and go. At least be happy with that. Don't be in a dilemma. Our pretensions are because of our dilemma. We don't want to take a clear-cut decision. We don't want everything to happen and we give a reason why not. Biggest pretension in our life. Finally, then what are my options? The more I decide my life is more important, then what are my options? Anything is okay for me. I don't want only business. Anyone is okay for me. I want coffee only in that special porcelain, make, and that kind of with that leaf. Even a small glass is okay. You know, the big thing is, can you start living in a simple way? It's gone. I love that one. What is, you can call it as khichdi, dal khichdi. They serve it in donne. Donne means a leaf, a small leaf. God does expect many things from us, and being divine, almost all the extra fittings that we are having on our vehicle is of use or not use. You ask for yourself. Open up few things in your mind and know this. Simple things. I ask, what is my vested interest in this? And the moment I ask this question, I face my own ego. That is more problem, you know. The Kurukshetra happens inside me, not outside. The whole Mahabharata is inside me. The Ravana inside me, there is a Rama inside me, there is a Sita inside me. I'm not ready to accept that. There is a Hanuman, there is a Vali, there is a Sugriva. All these are inside me, not outside. And I keep on fighting with that Setu Kalapa bridge and that bridge, scientific exploration. Oh, my life will end, by the way. So these are the 5 ways that you can look into, along with whatever we had spoken earlier. Now, if you can't able to come out, if you say, you know what, I'm struggling a lot with all these things, still I'm not in a position to come out, ask what I can give now. It's not about let go. Don't say all this kind of meditation. Go and give that and come. I remember when we go to temple, you know, from my mother and father and grandmother, when we go to temple and when they take a sankalpa, I remember they saying that whatever you desire most, just leave that here. Physically. That's a powerful technique, I tell you. When you can leave it over there in the temple, you can leave it everywhere, anywhere. To other person. They realize what is stopping you. And they want to pretend, you can pretend. And then if you want to manipulate, you can manipulate. Or then the more you give, then blissful. Because you can give at any moment in time. You can just, you will not even think about let go, all these kind of big words. Your actions will speak. Karma yogi. Yeah. Anyway, I have overshot my time. Any questions from this or any sharings? Yeah. Over to the host now.
Thank you so much. And now we will have the questions. Kindly unmute yourself and ask the questions, whatever. Some of you, if you want, you can write them in the chat box. So kindly ask your questions. It's so clear that I think people don't have questions. All right.
Like Ramana had that one formula, who am I? So there is one formula. I will ask, what is your vested interest in this? I'll wait for questions.
I think, you know, this was a little too short. We need a longer session. And at the School of Ancient Wisdom, now we've opened up, you see, after the vaccine, So we definitely need a longer session, maybe a weekend session. In the meanwhile, anyone has questions, kindly ask. No?
So many questions need self-contemplation. Yeah, yeah.
I think that is what the Shravana is over, the Manana is going on now.
I think Mr. Sarangi has a question.
Yes, do ask. Unmute yourself.
That was my question. Sravana is over, a lot of contemplation is required. Because very practical way, he has explained how to get rid of our weights, to free ourselves, to come to self-realization. Thank you, sir.
Anyone else?
This is the most practical and the simple talk I have ever heard. Very well presented.
There's someone has written on the chat, Doctor.
So, would you like to read, Sajani? Or
Would you like to unmute yourself, the person who's asked the question?
Asha?
Okay. In spite of many affirmations and resolutions, still we fail to put in action the right ones. We know desire is the root cause of misery, but still we do. How do we get over this gradually?
There is no gradually at all. Process is a kind of pretension, is what I'm saying. So I have accepted, no, I'm not in a position to let go of that. There comes a kind of clarity in my mind. Buddha never did it gradually. Do you think if he would have asked his wife and his father and his mother, and then if he would have sat over there, his whole lifetime would have gone? Well, at all. What we are doing, we are not. No, the first thing is, am I living this life at this moment in time? And these resolutions, because resolutions are, somewhere I'm feeling comfort about that. I'm not in a position to say no to that. Stop it. Stop my unwanted desires. So gradually is a pretension, is what my understanding is. Either you do or you don't do. If you can't do, accept it. I can't do. There comes the problem. I don't want to accept that. That's a psychological problem. Yeah.
Thank you. Someone else has said, yes, we do need a longer session. And I'm sure we can organize it at the school when you're free. Right. Yeah. Anyone else? Kindly unmute and ask your questions.
I have a question. You see, like some of the spiritual gurus, Gaur Gopal Das Ji, he doesn't say that you shouldn't desire or you shouldn't expect. He just says that when you don't get what you desire or expect, don't be disappointed. So that's a practical approach, right? If a person doesn't want to give up their desires or finds it difficult, then isn't that a practical approach?
Absolutely, it's a practical approach. And our question is also that, what's your vested interest?
It's just that you shouldn't pretend to be, you should be true to yourself and also not try and show that, I've overcome desires. If you have not overcome desires, you've not overcome desires. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. return. That's what I'm saying. That's where you become a divine natured person. Money is not. When money comes, we are all happy. When it goes, flies away, na. When we become a normal person who doesn't have even a single naya paisa, then our mind keeps on doing some problem. Understand that, then I become realized. That's called self-realization. In that Deepti. Okay. Now, you ask yourself where and all you don't get disappointed. That will help you to become better. Because finally you don't even think about that. You don't think about anything. You will be so unconditional, is what my understanding is. Yeah. Thank you. That.
Thank you. Are there any more questions? Kindly unmute yourself and ask your questions. I don't see any more questions. Let everyone reflect on what you have said, and probably they will ask them later at our next session. So we have come to the end of the session now, and I request Deepti John to kindly propose a vote of thanks.
So before that, I need 20 seconds. Can I take?
Oh, go ahead, take more than that. We have an ample time. Yes.
Okay. So first, my heartfelt thanks or my pranams to Janaki ji for giving me this opportunity, and all the fellows of School of Ancient Wisdom. So for making this happen. Okay. And the third point is I'm a learner in this whole thing. That's it. So whatever I often see that if I am doing that in my life. So my biggest challenge is with my son and daughters. Can I say sorry, or I went wrong, or my behavior should not be like this? So it's not earlier that easy. Now it's becoming much comfortable. Okay. Now I'm finding a secret, because whatever I shared with you is what my evolution as of now inside myself. The secret is, can I be natural? That's what. Because there ends everything. If I'm natural, there ends everything. So with this note, thank you so much for each one of for giving this opportunity. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. And now, Deepti, will you kindly propose the vote of thanks?
On behalf of the School of Ancient Wisdom, we wish to thank Mr. C.J. Jayachandran for his valuable insights on harnessing mind dynamics for cellular changes. We know that many diseases are known based on scientific research to be psychosomatic in nature. We have also seen that we need to have a good understanding of the higher self and of the need to rid ourselves of negative emotions in order to have a healthy body and mind. So we wish Mr. C.J. Jayachandran a happy future and wish him best of luck in his endeavors. Thank you, sir.